Dearly beloved, we have gathered here today to get through this thing called Mix CD. My name is Mike, part of the SPDM crew, and I love making Mix CDs. Each week, we give our guests a theme and an 80-minute time limit for which songs they're going to pick for their Mix CD. This week, I'm going to be talking about songs that have a prominent piano piece. And this comes for a couple of different reasons. I guess the first one is I've always loved the sound of the piano or the sound of the piano. My sister played piano for a long time. My oldest daughter is starting to play the piano. I've tried to play the piano so many different times. I've always wanted to learn and just never got the hang of it. I think at the end of the day, I'm just not that gifted when it comes to playing a musical instrument. But that doesn't change the fact that I still enjoy, certain musical instruments a lot, and the piano is definitely one of them. You never realized how much piano is actually out there, and I'm not even talking about things like keyboard or synthesizer or anything like that. I'm just talking about all possibilities. So I made a list of some of my favorite songs that have a prominent piano interlude or something piano related. And perhaps probably my top one would be I Believe by Blessed Union of Souls. The beginning part where they're playing the piano piece, I think that's the song that I've always wanted to play on the piano the most. So it just gives me chills anytime I think about it. It seems a little disingenuous not to put Piano Man at number two. So Piano Man, Billy Joel, and then, right after that, I struggled a little bit trying to figure out what's the right Elton John song, and I settled with Your Song for that. But both of them to me are the preeminent piano players of rock and roll of just our modern times. So those are my next two. I've got Brick by Ben Folds Five. I really like Ben Folds. I really liked his time as a judge on the Sing Off. I learned a lot from him. So Brick, definitely up there. Don't Stop Believing by Journey, Let It Be by the Beatles, Everything I Do It For You by Bryan Adams, Come Sail Away by Styx is on there. Not putting Bohemian Rhapsody or some type of Queen song on here also felt a little odd to not do, so I ended up picking that. Bridge Over Troubled Waters by Simon and Garfunkel, Desperado by the Eagles, November Rain. How applicable, because it's now November, so hey, why not put November Rain on there, right? I also picked My Immortal by Evanescence, A Thousand Miles by Vanessa Carlton, and If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys, and then I rounded out with Drops of Jupiter by Train. Those are just some of the songs that I picked that had, a piano part. I wanted to have time to throw in Imagine by John Lennon, but I've done that song enough on plenty of these lists. I've done a couple of these songs on plenty of these lists, but I just wanted to at least acknowledge that Imagine is out there as well. So as for the album cover, it's, just a piano with a spotlight, black and white on a stage. Keep it simple. Or something about dueling pianos, because those bars that I go to where they have dueling pianos, those are always a lot of fun. So that's my piano list. Well, my friends, the time has come to end this episode of Mix CD. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Check out our website soon to be out at spdmcrew.com. You can follow our playlist on Spotify and Apple Music at Mike Hilty. Shout out to High Flyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you have any marketing, logo, or brand standard needs, contact them at highflyercreative.com. If you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, no matter what happens now, you shouldn't be afraid because I know today has been the most perfect day I've ever seen.